I really do hope to have children. I would love to be a mother, you know, eventually, just not anytime soon. I want to have done enough in life before I have children so that if I have to, you know, push them and encourage them, I can say, hey, you can do it, I already did it, you know, versus being in the process of doing things. I want to have accomplished a lot before I have kids.
I can't say for sure I want to have kids, but I definitely don't want to have kids before I'm done with school, and I'm not going to be done with school till I'm 27 or 28, and I couldn't imagine going down that path until I'm well over 30.
This past weekend, I was just babysitting one of my close friends, her daughter. She's 5. And it was very interesting. I was like, okay, maybe I should just hold off on kids. But I do want to have kids. It's just, it's like a lot of work and time and sacrifice. I really didn't know that, you know, they needed all that stuff, you know. But I love kids. Yeah, I want to have kids.
I think I'll be ready to have kids whenever I have all of my schooling done, whenever I have everything paid off, probably, or at least starting to get it all paid off, when I have a job, when my life is in order.
A lot of times I think, you know, there's lots of kids who don't have parents, like maybe I'd like to adopt kids, sort of thing like that, just because there's so many children without, you know, loving homes in the world. I do think I'd like to raise a child someday, but I'm not sure exactly how I'd like to do that.
I don't think I want to have more kids. I actually have had a child that I gave up for adoption to my aunt. And childbirth was really cool. I mean, it's really great. I'm glad that I'm a woman and I could experience it. But I'd really like to take time and focus on myself.
I really would like to have kids, hopefully boys, and hopefully they're sports players.
I do want to have kids. It's something that I think I've always thought about. Not so much like dwelling on it, thinking to myself like, oh, I want to have kids right now. But I know that I see myself raising children. And I often think about how I'm going to parent them and things like that.
It's too hard to pay for life, to pay for food, to pay for all the expensive. Imagine with a kid, you know. And then another thing too is that I enjoy him, my boyfriend, a lot. And I don't know if I need a kid to keep the focus in another person. I don't want to change the focus, you know. I don't think I need a third person, you know. I mean, you know, maybe in the future, maybe I'm being too, I don't know, selfish.
I would like to have maybe one more child in the future, but this time I want to do it the right way. I want to be married first, and then, you know, me and my husband talk about having kids and it not be unplanned or, you know, rushed. You know, it was really hard with my son being a single mom, and I just don't want to ever be a single mother again.
I do want to have kids later in life, though, when I have money and I can afford kids and I can buy them houses. And I expect to have my kids in the best dress clothes and to put them in private school and them just to have the best. So that's why I'm waiting. So I have money to give them the best in life.
It's strange, particularly because I come from South Carolina, but I don't want to have children. I know that now. I'm 28. I've been sure of that for many years, and I will forever be sure of that. I love children. I love being around them, but I know that I'm too self-centered, honestly, to wake up every morning and want to make that person the center of my day. I always say that babysitting in college is what made up my mind, because I love those kids, but I saw the desperation in their parents' eyes when it was like, I will pay you double if you'll just come and babysit right now, you know, and thinking about that, like, wow, you can't just walk out of your house anymore. You've got to stop and take care of these kids, and I think you need to do it right, and I don't want to do that, and I think that's all right.
I definitely do want to have kids. I'm so family oriented, so it would make sense for me to have kids. It's something when they grow up, I have that bond with them. I think a mother-child bond is like no other. Also, I'll be married at the time, hopefully, so it'll be something me and my husband do together. It'll be our child. It'll be like our own world, I guess. So we get to raise them the way we want to raise them. You know, everyone always looks at other families and they're like, well, if I had my kids, I'd raise them a different way. So it's kind of like my chance to do that.
I've never felt that I am a mother. I It's interesting because I'm very nurturing. I definitely have a big component of myself that is maternal. I just feel my energy is best directed to people that are already here.
I think I definitely want to have kids. I'm pretty sure. I just feel like right now I don't have patience for that. I can't deal with staying up all night with a crying kid, not being able to do what I want because my kid's sick. Right now I'm just really, really selfish. I'm sure I'll grow out of it. Everyone probably does, but right now, no. Definitely not.
I want to have kids when I find the right person. When I get married, I don't want to bring kids into my life right now because I'm not prepared. I can, barely take care of myself on the little money I do get from unemployment. So I don't want to bring a child into that.
10 years from now, I want to have babies. I want to have a kid by, I keep pushing it back. I used to want to have a kid at 27, but now that's 2 years from now and I'm still a kid myself. So I know that it's probably going to be more like 8 years from now. So that's 33, but I want to have a kid before I'm 35.
I would love to have kids in the near future. Maybe I would say about 5 to 10 years from now, after my career is established.
If I think about having a kid right now, my mind immediately jumps to, well, how would I pay for them? So when that thought stops happening, I think that's when I'll be ready.
My boyfriend and I do talk about the next kid, and he does have a brother, and they're close by age. I want that for her. I never had a sibling, so he's okay with it. He says hopefully in the 2 to 3 years we're financially a little bit better.
I don't ever want to have children. I just don't think... I would rather adopt at this point in my life. At this point in my life, I can barely keep myself living at this point. So 5 to 10 years, I still don't think I would really want to have children, but who knows?
Right now, I'm not sure if I want to have kids someday. I'm only 18 years old, so I have friends that are thinking in the future like, oh, I want to get married right now and I want to have kids right now. And I'm like, really? Why? You're only like 18, 19. You have your entire life ahead of you. Aren't there things that you want to do before you settle down? I don't know. I guess settling down right away isn't for me.
I definitely want to have kids someday. I think about it quite a bit. I can't wait to be a mom. It's something that's kind of, I think, my next big goal. Not meaning like in the next couple months or maybe even years. But after we're married and settled in, I want to have as many kids as I can. That's something that's really important to me, and I'm really looking forward to it and something I get really excited about.
I really want to be a mommy, but I just know right now we can't afford it. We're barely holding down this house, and to have a kid would just be, it'd be a blessing, but at the same time it'd be really, really hard. So I think once we finally get settled into our careers and have a little bit of cash flow, I think that would definitely be the time to have a kid.
I would definitely like to have kids one day. I've thought about it not so much in the past, but recently for some reason. You start hitting mid-20s and those things start popping up in your head, and so I would love to have kids one day. Definitely not anytime soon.
Would I ever think about having more children? I would, but honestly, being that I had my first one at 16, I'm a little apprehensive about it. And watching my roommate's son lately, it kind of makes me think, I'm kind of happy I have 10-year birth control.
Me and my boyfriend talked about having more kids, but I told him we would have to wait in 15 years. Once I had graduated from college, had 2 years into working with my career. And I chose that because I want to have a better life for my kids. So I want us to have saved money and give them what they want.
I know that I would like to have children before or right around 30 years old. Although I am 26 right now, I definitely know that I'm not ready. So that's probably the easiest way to tell. It's just I know when I'm not ready. So
I'll know 100% that I'm ready to have a baby once I complete my master's degree, and we'll stop with pull out and we'll just pursue us having a baby. Yeah.
I'm, never say never, but as of now, I do not want to have children. My three biggest goals in life are to travel the world, which I think everyone kind of has that goal. The second one is to rescue cats and dogs, and then the third one is to work on costumes and fashion, and I just think that having children would not help me accomplish any of those three goals.
So my philosophy about kids is that, yes, I do want to have them someday, maybe one, maybe two, not a lot, but in order to have kids, you have to have your life together, and you have to be able to take care of yourself, and I know that I'm not there yet. I'm not too far away from being there, but I'm not there. So, not anytime soon.
I possibly would want to have more kids someday, like 5 years from now. That would be the ideal time.
I do plan on having children someday, possibly around the late 20s, probably around the age of 27, 28. I don't want to rush it. I want to enjoy my life, and that's definitely something that I'm not trying to force myself into.
Do I ever want to have kids? Yes, I do. In the future, whenever I'm done with school and whenever I'm in my career and I know that I'm at the point in my life where I'm stable enough to bring a kid into the world, yes, I would really love to have a kid.
Some people that don't want to have kids, whatever, and it's like, why don't you, then what's the point? It's just you. It ended with you. Why not just have just one at least? And then everything, the crap that happened to you with your parents, you can do the same thing to them. It just keeps going.